What's up everyone, Kawaiku here. A few days ago I put out a video titled the top 10 worst anime that I've ever reacted to. And in that video, I said I was going to make a list on my top 10 best anime that I've ever reacted to. Well, this is that list, this is that video. These are the top 10 best anime that I've ever reacted to. Now, before we get started, I want to clarify something. This is not my list of my favorite anime of all time. Because I will be taking into account not just like how much I enjoyed each of the series in question, but also how well my reactions to those shows did on my channel in terms of views and likes. Also, just like my top 10 worst anime video, I will be going in depth as to why I chose each entry and why I put them on the list. So yeah, other than that, without further ado, let's get to it. Number 10 on the list is Kuzu no Honkai, aka Scum's Wish. This is one of the anime that I reacted to back in my old channel. I don't remember much from this anime because it's been like 6 years since I watched it. However, I do remember a few things. I remember people were pretty mixed on this anime. Me personally, I really did enjoy it. It definitely wasn't a conventional rom-com. Definitely wasn't the most wholesome rom-com. But there were still some things I like about it. First of all, Lurch. It was by Studio Lurch, one of my favorite animation studios, and the visuals and art style in this anime were really good. I really liked the visuals and art style of this anime. Lurch did a really good job in that department. Also found some of the characters interesting, and it was definitely for lack of a better word, a more mature rom-com. There was a surprising amount of lewdness in this anime. In fact, I remember in one episode, one of the main protagonists was legit getting a hand job. Obviously, they didn't actually show his meat getting stroked, but it was pretty clear what was happening. It was very clear what was happening. Another big reason why I put this anime on the list is because my live reaction to the first episode was easily the most popular video that I've ever put out in my life. Not just on that channel, not just in my entire anime reaction career, like ever. And I say that because the last time I checked, before my old channel got terminated, my live reaction to the first episode of Kuzu no Honkai had over 600,000 views. I am not joking. I am not bullshitting you. That is what it got. So yeah, to this day, I still found that to be absolutely insane. I remember a couple things about that. First of all, I had to turn off the comments, and I think I also had to turn off the like and dislikes as well, because there was so many people that just weren't familiar with anime live reactions at the time. Like there were just so many people flooding the comment section asking, oh, where's the full video? Where's the audio? Where's the full video? Where's the full episode? Like, they don't understand. Like, this is an anime live reaction. You are not here to watch the full episode. I am not Crunchyroll. You are here to watch an anime live reaction. And no, I can't put audio from the episode in that video because of copyright reasons. But unfortunately, there were just so many people who just couldn't understand that at the time, and I got fed up with it, so I just had to turn off the comment section. So yeah, also, another crazy thing about that video was I wasn't recording with OBS at the time. I was recording with a video recorder that was in Windows 7. So, in other words, like it wouldn't, that video recorder, like it can only record my webcam. It couldn't record the monitor, what was playing on the monitor or what was playing on the window. So, in other words, I had to like put my webcam footage and the full episode footage like in the editing put together in the editing process. And because of that, it ended up being out of sync, which I didn't realize until after I put out that video. So yeah, my most popular video was a live reaction that was out of sync with the actual video. So yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, I still wonder to this day, like if my old channels didn't get terminated, would that video reach 1 million views? That's, oh man, yeah, I just still wonder that to this day. Like that would be insane. Like me having a live reaction that reached over 1 million views. God damn. But yeah, other than that, Kuzu no Honkai, Scum's Wish. It was a pretty enjoyable rom-com. It's definitely not a rom-com for everybody, but I personally enjoyed it. I have thought about going through my old computer or maybe looking for some of my old thumb drives to see if I can find those Kuzu no Honkai live reactions, but I don't know if my efforts will bear any fruit. But yeah, anyways, number 9 on the list is Banana Fish. Don't let the odd name fool you. This anime is a banger. First of all, the characters. There are a lot of likable characters in Banana Fish. I especially liked the chemistry and the bond between Ash and Eiji. And I also remember there being like quite a bit of heavy moments in this anime, especially the ending, that bitter, sweet finale. And of course, who could forget the OP sung by Survivor Said the Prophet. I believe the first, I know the first OP was by Survivor Said the Prophet. I think the second one was as well, but I'm not too sure. I remember this anime being pretty action-packed as well. As for views, how well it did on the channel, it actually did fairly well. In fact, my live reaction to the last episode, as of right now, it has over 5,000 views. Also, to those of you who watched my Banana Fish live reactions back in 2018, I'm sure some of you guys still remember the time where I said this. Wrong Asian. That joke probably doesn't make sense to people who haven't watched Banana Fish, but I know a lot of you guys got a real kick out of it when I reacted to that episode. But yeah, overall, Banana Fish, definitely a great show. I really enjoyed watching it, and I really enjoyed reacting to it. Number 8 on the list is Date Alive Seasons 3 and 4. I would definitely consider Date Alive to be one of my favorite harem series ever. The girls in Date Alive are just wonderful. My top 2 is still Yoshino and Kurumi, especially after the 4th season. I would also say that Shido is a pretty damn good harem protagonist. He does come across as generic at times, especially during the earlier seasons and the earlier episodes, but I'd also say he grew on me as the series progressed. And the thing about Date Alive is that it isn't loaded with like fan service and cliche tropes unlike other harem anime. I mean, yeah, you do get some of that, here and there, but the main priorities of this series has always been to actually tell a good story. It's the character development and progression that we see in many of the characters in this series. And that's what I love about this series. As for how my live reaction to this series did on this channel, my live reaction to the final episode of Date Alive Season 3 is currently one of my most viewed live reactions on this channel. In fact, it might be my most popular video on this channel, because right now it has over 12,000 views actually, which is absolutely insane. Because first of all, Season 3, to my knowledge at least, a lot of people didn't like Season 3. A lot of people hated Season 3, especially the season finale. I know for a fact that my boy Mad Lad of Culture hates Season 3, especially the season finale. Maybe people clicking on that video were expecting me to roast it or something. Or maybe it was like Kuzu no Honkai's case, where people clicked on my video expecting the actual scenes from the episode, and not a live reaction. I don't know. But yeah, Season 3, I said this before and I'll say it again. As an anime only who hasn't read the light novels, I didn't have a burning hatred for Season 3. Yeah, I understand why people hated it, especially Date Alive fans. But I didn't have a burning hatred for it. I did enjoy it to an extent. However, even I have to admit that Season 4 was just much better in every way. But yeah, overall, Date Alive is such a good series. It is such a fucking good harem series. And I am so and I was so disappointed that it left off on such a cliffhanger. I was so, well, I guess not disappointed, but I was pretty bummed out that it left off on such a cliffhanger. And I'm still waiting for that season 5 announcement. I'm still waiting for when season 5 is gonna air. I don't remember if they actually did announce a release date for it. But I'm hoping it'll be soon. Number 7 on the list is Origairu Season 3. This was the end of a journey that started back in 2013. I still remember how shocked and excited I was when Season 3 was first announced, because Season 2 aired all the way back in 2015. And for a few years after that, it really did seem like we weren't getting a Season 3 of Origairu. Like, there just wasn't enough material for it. Like, that's what I was convinced of. But it was announced back in, I think, a year before, like a few months before Season 3 aired. That's when Season 3 was announced. And oh my god, I still remember how happy I was, like, seeing that announcement. And we finally got it, and we eventually got it back in 2021, and it was fucking great. It had many of the stuff that made the past 2 seasons so enjoyable. It had the character progression and development. It had those heavy and emotional moments. It had the unexpected comedy, which is, well, I mean, I guess by Season 3 it was kind of expected, but still. But it also has some that me and many other Yukino fans have been waiting years for. I, of course, am talking about Yukino's victory. Yukino finally confessing her love to Hachiman and finally getting together with him. In fact, for those who haven't seen it, here is my reaction to Yukino finally winning. Oh my god! あなたの人生を他の言い方を知らないのだから仕方ないじゃん。あなたが好きよ。引きがやく。Oh yes. Oh man, I could die happy now. Yeah, I was just so happy that my girl Yukino finally won. As for how well my live reactions to Season 3 did on this channel, last time I checked, they weren't as popular as my live reactions to the other anime on this list, but I had to include Origairu Season 3 on this list because of what it meant to me, and how enjoyable it was for me. But yeah, other than that, number 6 on the list is the entire Accelerail Deck series. I, of course, am talking about a certain magical index, a certain scientific railgun, and a certain scientific accelerator. All seasons of those series. I remember the whole reason why I decided to get into this series in the first place was because I did a non-seasonal anime poll back in my old channel, and a certain magical index won. So I started watching all, like, Season 1 of Certain Magical Index, and then I watched Season 2, and then I was wondering if I should get into a certain scientific railgun or not. In fact, I think I did a non-seasonal anime poll, and a certain scientific railgun won that poll as well. So I think that's how I got into a certain scientific railgun, and that eventually spiraled into me watching the entire series, like every single anime adaptation of the Accelerail Deck series. And as for how much I enjoy the series, I wouldn't consider this one of my favorite anime series out there. And there isn't like an entry in this series that I would consider like leagues above the rest. However, there also isn't an entry that I would consider like absolute garbage. In fact, I would consider like each season of Index and each season of Railgun, and a certain scientific accelerator, each of those are like consistently enjoyable for me. I really enjoy the action. I really like the characters. The story does get pretty confusing at times, but hey, that's why I have you guys. That's why I have all of you source material readers who subscribe to my channel. You know, you guys are always there in the comment section to clarify things and to tell me, you know, what the anime got right and what they got wrong and all of that. I really do have to thank you guys for tolerating my stupidity at times. And because of you guys, my live reactions to those shows actually do really well on this channel. In fact, some of my Index and Railgun live reactions do get thousands of views. In fact, I feel like out of all the anime and out of all the shows I've reacted to on this channel, my live reactions to the Excella Rail Deck series are one of the ones I'm most well known for. But yeah, other than that, I really enjoy reacting to this series, and I'm eagerly awaiting season 4 of either Index or Railgun, whichever comes first. Alright, we're down to the top 5. Number 5 on the list is Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun, aka Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I remember I put this as my number 1 favorite anime of 2020, and that's because this anime really just had it all. First of all, it was by Lurch, another anime by Lurch, and they once again killed it with the visuals. The anime just has this really like colorful and cute art style, which I really like. It also has some really great characters. I especially liked the chemistry between Hanako and Nene. It also has some pretty good action and great comedy. Oh man, I still remember my reaction to what I still consider one of the greatest roasts in anime history. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun also had a surprising amount of emotional moments as well. And I also remember it having a pretty killer OP. As for how it did on my channel, it didn't get as much views as some of the other anime on the list, but it still did fairly well. I remember a lot of my Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun live reactions got triple-digit views, which for my channel is pretty good. But yeah, other than that, overall, Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun, fantastic anime. I would definitely recommend it if you're into like let's say like action, fantasy, comedy type shows. And I do remember that there was a season 2, or at least a continuation announced for Jibaku Shonen Hanako-kun, which I absolutely love. However, I don't think they announced like an actual release date for it yet, but I'll be eagerly awaiting an announcement for that release date. Number 4 on the list is The Pet Girl of Sakuraso. Now, this is another anime that I reacted to because it was in my non-seasonal anime poll, one of the non-seasonal anime polls I did. However, the thing about this anime was that I remember that it didn't actually win my non-seasonal anime poll. It didn't actually come in first place. In fact, Parasite the Maxim came first place, but I think I reacted to Pet Girl Sakuraso either because like it was like really close to winning, or because I didn't have anything else to react to. I don't remember the exact reason, but I'm pretty sure it was like one of those two. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I reacted to both Parasite the Maxim and Pet Girl Sakuraso, and Pet Girl Sakuraso got so much more views and likes and comments than my Parasite live reactions. It was actually insane. However, I am really glad that I reacted to Pet Girl of Sakuraso because this anime, I would definitely consider this an emotional roller coaster. Yes, like it was a comedy slice of life anime, and yes, it did have a lot of like wholesome and funny moments. However, it also had a lot of emotional, heavy moments and a lot of character-driven moments. In fact, I'm not ashamed to admit it. There were a couple times where I did like feel like tearing up. Like that did like made me like, it really did hit me in the feels. Also really liked the final episode for this show. I remember the final episode of Pet Girls of Sakurazo just being so satisfying. It left off on a really good note. And as for how well my live reactions to the show did on this channel, like I said, my Parasite the Max live reactions, even though it won my non-seasonal anime poll, didn't do nearly as well as my Pet Girl of Sakurazo live reactions, some of which got thousands of views and lots of comments, lots of likes. So yeah, overall, Pet Girl of Sakurazo, I am so glad I decided to react to this anime, despite it not winning my non-seasonal anime poll. And I would definitely recommend it to those who like comedy, like rom-com, like slice of life anime. However, I wouldn't recommend it to those who don't like anime that might make them cry. Number 3 on the list is all of the Fate anime I've reacted to. I'm talking about the Fate Stay Night series, the F-Go anime, and Lord Elmoy Case Files. I have thought about, like, at first I was considering like splitting up like each series, like the Fate Stay Night series and the F-Go anime and El Malloy, but I mean, since they're basically all are like in the same universe, I thought I might as well just put them all together in the same spot. But yeah, the Fate series, the Fate anime, I mean, I don't think there's really much to be said in terms of why I like this series, because I feel like I enjoyed this series for the same reason that everyone else enjoys the Fate anime. I love the amazing action and animation by Votable and other studios, and I love the characters, I love the story, I love Fate Zero, I love Unlimited Blade Works, I love Heaven's Feel, especially Lost Butterfly and Spring Song. I did enjoy El Malloy Case Files as well, although I wouldn't really consider that one of my favorite like Fate anime or Fate series. However, I do consider the F-Go anime adaptations one of my favorites. As someone who has played the video game, the F Fate Grand Order game, I think the anime adaptations adapted the events of the game pretty well. But out of all the F-Go anime adaptations, my favorite by far is still the F-Go Babylonia anime. I remember I put Fate Grand Order Babylonia as my all-time favorite anime of 2019, and for good reason. As someone who has played the game, the anime adaptation of Babylonia was very faithful to the events in the game. Like, there was very little cut content, there was very little liberties taken. It didn't feel rushed at all. In fact, the voice acting and the wonderful animation by Cloverworks only enhanced the impact of the events in the game. It was such an incredible anime. There was very few problems I had with it. In fact, I don't think I had really any significant problems with the anime at all. Like, the only problems I did have were kind of like a few nitpicks, but that's about it. And since we're still on the topic of F-Go, I gotta say, I am still disappointed with how they handled the revelation of Mash's heroic spirit. I mean, yeah, I get that they don't have like the F-Go anime adaptations, like aside from Babylonia, they don't have that big of a budget. Like, I get that. And I'm also not gonna reiterate why I have a problem with Mash's heroic spirit reveal, because I already talked about that in my live reaction to the second Camelot movie. I also posted about it on Twitter, so I'm not gonna go into detail in this video, but still, I still just wish they could have handled it better. Like, at least have it a bit more faithful to how it was in the game. And as for how my Fate anime live reactions do on this channel, man, you guys on YouTube, y'all love Fate live reactions. A lot of my Fate live reactions get like thousands of views. In fact, my live reaction to the first Heaven's Feel movie, Presage Flower, is still one of my most viewed videos on this channel. So yeah, it's really crazy. But yeah, that's another reason why I love doing Fate live reactions. But yeah, overall, I love the Fate series, and I know as of the time of posting this video, I've taken a break from anime live reactions, but believe me, once Fate Strange Fake comes along, you can bet your fucking ass that I will react to that anime. I will come back from my break just to react to Fate Strange Fake. You can take that to the bank. Number 2 on the list has to go to Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, both seasons. I remember I started reacting to this back on my old channel. I remember the whole reason, like actually at first I wasn't planning on reacting to this anime. However, a viewer recommended this anime to me, and I decided, alright, you know what, fine, I'll react to it, you know, see what this is about. I've heard good things about it. And after the first 2 episodes, I was in love. I was in love with this anime. It is loaded with so many wholesome and adorable moments, as well as a lot of great comedy as well. I mean, there's just so many likable characters, and then also it's by KyoAni, which means that it also looks visually, it looks superb. Oh my god, there's just so much like about Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. In fact, I remember while I was watching the final episode of season 1, like the ending scene where you see like Toru, Kobayashi, and Kana just having this like, family moment together. Like, it was so wholesome and adorable. Like, I actually almost like teared up. Like, my eyes like almost started watering. And I remember talking about that moment. And then someone commented, "Oh wow, I didn't think I didn't think someone could be so emotional." And to them I said, well, no, because to be honest, I actually don't like get emotional easily. Like that, I actually consider myself like not being able to get emotional easily. Like, I don't like cry at like every single thing that I watch. I mean, yes, I do watch some anime that made me like almost tear up, like maybe my eyes water, but I've never actually watched an anime that made me like full on like started crying, like full on started sobbing, like legit crying. But with Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, like that like scene was just so wholesome, like, and so adorable. Like, it really just hit me in the feels. And I gotta talk about season 2 as well. It's just as good as season 1, at least in my opinion. And that's saying something, because as many of us know, season 2 was KyoAni's first anime, the first anime that they made after the tragic fire that happened a few years ago. So you have to see them, make something that's just as good as season 1. It's such an excellent return to form. As for how well my reactions to the series did on this channel, to be honest, it's not as good. Like, this is another case where it's not as good as some of the other reactions that I mentioned. Like, it didn't get like hundreds of thousands of views last time I checked. But I just had to put Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid on this list just because of how much this series meant to me. In fact, I still consider Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid to be not just one of my favorite slice of life series, but also one of my favorite anime of all time. So yeah, that's why Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is number 2. Alright guys, here we go. The number 1 best anime that I've ever reacted to. What is the best anime I've reacted to? Well, that will have to be Assassination Classroom Season 2. Now, I was actually debating whether to put this on the list, because to be honest, I've only reacted to 1 episode of Assassination Classroom Season 2. And that was the final episode, aka the series finale. But I've decided to put it on the list anyways. As for the reason, I'll get to that. I will get to that. But for now, yeah, Assassination Classroom, oh my god. This anime truly had everything. I still consider this one of my favorites, if not my favorite anime of all time. Yeah, Season 2, Assassination Classroom, Season 2 especially, It had the top tier comedy. It had the great action, the intense action. It had so many great characters, many of whom, of course, were introduced back in the first season. And it also had that great character development and progression as well. And of course, it's by Studio Lurch, once again. And it also had lot of heavy and emotional moments, especially Season 2, Episode 24. If you watch Assassin's Classroom, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, and of course, the finale, the finale of Assassin's Classroom was just incredibly satisfying. It was so satisfying. And I had to react to it. I had to react to it. And as for how well it did on my channel, honestly, I reacted to it back in my old channel, and I can't remember. I can't remember how well it did last time I checked. However, the reason why I put Assassin's Classroom Season 2 on the list, despite reacting to only one episode, was that, for those who don't know, my reaction to the final episode of Assassination Classroom Season 2 was the very first anime reaction that I've ever uploaded on YouTube. I uploaded my live reaction back in, late June? Early July? I'm pretty sure it was like a couple days before the actual episode actually aired. But I reacted to it anyways. Yep. So yeah, Assassin's Classroom Season 2, that's pretty much how I got my start into anime live reactions. I remember, before I actually went ahead and made an anime reaction channel, I've been wanting to do anime reactions for quite a while. I've been watching a lot of anime reactors, and I've been thinking to myself, hey, I should try that. I bet I can do something like that. So, right before the final episode aired, I went on Amazon. I bought a cheap webcam, like a 720p webcam, and a microphone. I set it all up, and a few days later, I started recording my live reaction to the final episode of Assassination Classroom Season 2. And I mentioned this back when I was talking about Kuzu no Honkai, but yeah, back then I wasn't using OBS. I didn't even know about OBS back then. I was using the default recorder on Windows 7. So, and the funny thing about that is, when I was recording my Assassination Classroom Season 2 live reaction, what I didn't know at the time was my computer didn't register my microphone. So if you watch my live reaction, that garbage audio that you heard, that was from my webcam. So, which meant that for the first 2 months, I've been doing anime live reactions. I was recording using my webcam's microphone, and I didn't even know it. I didn't even know I wasn't using the actual microphone in front of my face. So yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, I just had to put Assassin's Classroom Season 2 on the list and as number 1 because, it pretty much jump-started my career. My live reaction to the final episode pretty much jump-started my career, for better or worse. That's how, that's pretty much where my anime YouTuber career started off. So, yeah. That was my top 10 best anime that I've ever reacted to. What do you guys think about this anime? Leave it in the comment section down below. Leave your thoughts, any thoughts, in the comment section down below. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Support on Patreon. Links in the description down below. And I'll see you guys next time.